What's going on, guys? Quinn69 here. I'm going to be bringing you guys a set dungeon mastery guide. This one is for the Zunimassa set, so let's get into it. First of all, you want to head to Act 3, the core of a Reet. That's like where you go to fight Asmodan, and you're going to be wanting to run just straight up until, you know, the map has a right-hand curve. And then you're going to see the set dungeon right as it starts to turn. So you're going to notice this little right-hand curve here, and then you should be noticing the set dungeon anywhere around here. Boom! There she is. Once you're inside, you're going to notice some objectives on the right-hand side. It is kill 169 monsters without taking fatal damage. Okay, this one is insanely easy. The kill enemies part and the time limit, and also not dying. You're going to fail the objective before you die, so do not worry about that. Really, the hardest and the only objective of note, I guess you could say, that is actually quite hard, is grip 150 enemies with the Grasp of the Dead. So obviously there's 169 enemies plus the master enemies, so there's a little there's only a certain amount of enemies to work with. So you pretty much have to grip more than 80% of the monsters. Okay? The way you do this is with an item called Wilkins Reach. It's a little witch doctor offhand. It's this like kind of weird red looking thing. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, put that bad boy on, either in your cube or on your character, and that removes the cooldown of Grasp of the Dead. And then what you're going to proceed to do is just run through the dungeon and do what I'm doing. Just spam Grasp of the Dead on everything. Just everything and everywhere. I believe I'm using the physical rune, so it rains down bodies on people, so it does damage. And then the rest of the time I'm just spamming it. I'm just everywhere, ever I can. Anytime I see a dude, Grasp of the Dead, Grasp of the Dead. Because remember, you've got to Grasp of the Dead at least 80% of the entire damn dungeon. So you're going to want to be doing this the whole time. You know, people say you got to use darts and stuff. Screw darts. The whole point, the hardest point of this dungeon is to grasp this many enemies. So yeah, get Wilkins Reach either on your character, in your cube, and just spam it. Okay, the next objective is do not allow any enemies into melee range. Okay, to do this, I found it quite easy. All you do is you just get every single pet ability known to man, and you put it on your you put it on your bar. So I got zombie dogs, I got gargantuan, and I've got the fetish army. I think I've got the fetish army belt on top of that, and I just got a bunch of creatures just running around, and they just face tank stuff, so nothing really ever gets too close to me. And on top of that, because you're spamming Grasp of the Dead, obviously that slows the enemies, and that's going to keep them away from you, so then you have it's a lot more easy to, you know, just control where they go. And obviously if you see an enemy running towards you, run away from him. It's really quite simple. Just use Spirit Walk and run away. But really, you're not going to be worrying about that. Your biggest worry will be grasping all the monsters. You can see here the objective. I'm only 117 through the objective, and there's only 22 monsters left before the master monsters, obviously. But you see it's very tight with those monsters. So what you want to be doing is just using the Wilkins Reach and just going ham. I also suggest definitely maybe having like at least one mana regen talent. It's just a talent that means you can just indefinitely, because it does cost a bit of mana to actually cast Grasp of the Dead. So just get maybe one mana regen talent so you can just smash it without having to ever worry about mana. Otherwise, it's a pretty large map, so I suggest having a strategy. I kind of did a spiral pattern. So you'll say that the way I cleared it is I kind of always have my wall, like my back to a wall or my back to a place where it already cleared, and then I kind of just spiraled around the map, just clearing the whole thing. And it really makes it a lot easier by doing it like that. And boom, I've completed all the objectives. The second you complete the objectives, this is when you can bring the darts out. Obviously the darts have huge range, and you're using the Zunimassa set, so you're supposed to use like the Decker of Darts build. And this is where you can kind of bring out that. But even, I don't know, I'm just spamming Grasp of the Dead. It's really effective. It actually does the job. But otherwise, that's how you do it, boys. Really, probably the second easiest set dungeon next to, or maybe the easiest. They probably tie with that and the Anakia set. Otherwise, guys, until next time, peace out and have a good one.